Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Mr. Addison of Property Hunter Ghana. In this lockdown period, it has given us a fantastic opportunity to reflect on a lot of things. Think about new ideas and how to make more business and make more money. So this has given me the opportunity to think about some real estate investment you could make in Ghana if you are interested in investing in real estate in Ghana. So let's get started. So let's take it from the top. Number 5. You could look at event centers. So there are two types of event centers I will be talking about. There is the indoor event centers and there is the outdoor event centers. For the outdoor event centers is one of the easiest one you could easily start up. So if you have a piece of land somewhere at a vantage location or at a very good location, you could start an outdoor event center where people come and hire the place, and you use the place for things like funerals, weddings, birthday parties and things like that. So this is a very easy one to do, where you won't have to spend a lot of money as compared to the other form of investments. So the outdoor event centers, you could just have a plot of land where you fence it, and then you put up structures like probably a kitchen, a bar area. You plant flowers, like you do like a garden, things like that, and you put up things like summer hut and things where people could sit under and have their events. So you could host you could be renting out place where people could host events, which is relatively easy to do. So that's one investment you could make, and it's a very easy one to do. And all the investment I'll be talking about are things that you could do outside Accra. It doesn't have to be within Accra. You could do outside Accra or any of the major cities within Ghana. But if you're in Accra, that's good for you. If you can find a land in Accra to have an outdoor event center, that's good for you. A lot of people who have you probably already have a land that you are looking to develop. But maybe if you're not in Ghana yet, where you are not ready to put up your house yet, or if you're in Ghana but you are not ready to put up your house yet, you could use the land for an outdoor event center and make money whilst you are waiting to put up your house. And if you are ready, you could easily reuse the land for whatever you want to use it for. So a very, very good idea or good way to start into the property market is to start an outdoor event center, which will be easy to do. And then the other part of the event center will be an indoor event center. In Ghana right now, we barely have any indoor event centers. You have a place like the conference center. It's a conference center. It's meant for conferences, but people out of necessity use it sometimes for certain events which is not meant for. And you have a place like the Dome, which is in all truth of the word is a glorified tent. So the true indoor event centers where artists and musicians could use to host their events, we really don't have any, or even if we have some, they are not up to standard. So if you have the money, which is indoor event center is a very expensive thing to put up. But if you have the money to put up and to invest in properties, an indoor event center will be a fantastic idea, because you will be in the market as a monopoly, because there aren't many indoor event centers in Ghana as it stands. So an indoor event center will be a fantastic investment opportunity to look at. Number 4, I will probably look at a children's park or a theme park or children's playground, or however you want to call it. It's a fantastic idea. Right now in Accra, a city of over 5 million people, we really don't have a functioning children's park. So if you have your kids, probably is the holidays or they are on vacation and you want to take the kids out and have a good time, there aren't many places that are family friendly for kids where the family can take the kids out and have a good time. You probably look at the beach. If you want to take your kids out, you probably go to the beach. The beach is not a very family friendly area, especially for kids, because you have people dressing in certain ways that you may not like, and you have alcohol being sold and things like that. So a children's park is where most family would like to take their kids to during the holidays or when they're on vacation or things like that, where the kids can go and have a good time. Then the children's park, the Ifwa Senelands Children's Park in Accra right now, the least said about it, the better. So if you could come and invest in a children's park in Accra right now, it's not just Accra. You can do it in any part of Ghana, and you won't have enough space to take care of the kids. Right now, a lot of families will take their kids probably to the mall, because there are many places to take the family out to. So a children's park in Accra will be a fantastic idea, where you could make a lot of money investing in such ventures. I remember in Ashaman around 2000 2001 thereabout, if you were in Ashaman around that time, they set up some park just behind the police the police barracks, where right now they are using as the divisional command center. There was a children's park set up there somewhere around 2000 2001 thereabout, or 2002 thereabout, and we couldn't have enough of it. People were there day and night. I mean, anyone setting up a children's park or a theme park or a children's playground in Accra right now, you have the whole market to yourself. There is nothing like that right now in Accra. Someone may say there's the Ifwa Senelands Children's Park. As I said, the least said about that, the better. And in the same vein, you are looking at number 3, which would be something like a zoo. Accra had a zoo. In fact, Accra has a zoo, but just like the children's park, the least said about the zoo, the better. The zoo initially was functioning very well. I mean, when you were in school those days and you are going for excursion in Accra, you don't go to the zoo. It's better you don't go to the zoo. You hadn't gone to any excursion at all. The zoo was the number 1 place to go to. Every kid, we all went to the zoo. It was fantastic. But right now, the zoo is a shell of its former self. It's barely functioning. So if you could set up a zoo in Accra right now, I mean, you have the whole market to yourself. All the tourists, the kids, the families who want to take their kids out, the zoo will be a fantastic investment to invest in if you are into wildlife and you are into those kinds of things. So number 3, I said, if you are looking to invest in properties in Accra, look at a zoo. Then number 2, I would say the number 2 investment to look at when you want to invest in properties in Accra is to build houses and sell. A lot of people, when you talk about building houses, you are looking at the Trasaco and the how do you call it, the big estate developers. But you could start small, put up a 1-bedroom, a 2-bedroom houses on a plot of land, or you have 2 plots of land. You could put up 1-bedroom apartments on them. Start small and then grow your portfolio. And when we talk about real estate, everybody's attention is on Accra. It doesn't have to be within Accra. You could do it outside Accra, in Kumasi, in Takoradi, in Koforidua. There are a lot of places where people need houses to buy, but almost all the attention is in Accra, and that's one of the reasons why the prices of properties in Accra is really high, because all the attention is in Accra. Everybody wants to invest in Accra, but Ghana is a very big place. You can go to Temale, you can go to Wale Wale. People need houses to buy. People need houses everywhere to buy. So you can invest in properties in Ghana by building houses and selling. You could either build luxury houses for the upscale market, or you could build affordable houses for the lower end of the market. And another thing, if you are looking to build and sell, Ghana, we are really focused on the concrete houses, the cement block houses. If you have any idea on how to put up other forms of building materials where it will be faster to build and cheaper to build, you could look into that. I think it's a fantastic idea. People are not exposed to those things, so I'm not sure how the market will react to putting up certain material that they use in Europe and the US. But there is no harm in trying. I mean, if you could compete aggressively on price, putting up houses with other sidings and things like that could be fantastic, and it could be cheaper for the masses and things like that. So you could look at going into properties, developing properties, doing it in a way that will beat the price down and be affordable to the other side of the market. So for the number 1 properties you could invest in I believe, is rental properties. There are very few people who are actually investing in rental properties. There is a difference between renting your property out and investing in rental properties that are built for rent. So you could, the good thing about the rental market in Ghana, even though it's against the law, technically it's against the law, and then it's also difficult for some people to make rent. But the good thing about the rental market in Ghana is that you could take your rent money or your rent upfront, so people will pay like a 1 year rent or 2 years rent and things like that. Even in place like Kumasi, where people they ask for rent up to 5 years rent. Just imagine that, paying 5 years, the advance, you have to pay 5 years advance upfront before you even enter the house. So the rental market in Ghana is a fantastic place to start if you are starting into real estate. I think it will be a better idea if you are now starting in the rental market, to start outside Accra and work your way towards Accra, because it will be easier to build houses in the various district assemblies, like probably like Hohoe. You can build houses easily in Tifo. You could build houses cheaper in places like Temale and things like that, where you could put them out for rent. If there are people who rent their houses out, and those rental properties, they don't run it as a business, they just run it as hand to mouth. They get the money, they spend it, and they wait for another 1 year to get another set of money. But if you are running as a business, it's a fantastic business idea. I mean, a lot of people are now seeing the value of rental properties and are now running them as business, but a lot more people are just running it as hand to mouth. If you run it as a business where your money is running through the bank, you could easily take facilities and put up more properties. It's easier to develop your portfolio if your account is running, like money is coming out in the account every month and moving out every month and things like that, and the bank can track your income easily. You could use that income, to take out facility and put up more property. I mean, you could easily build your portfolio easily if you go into rental properties. You could easily build your portfolio and run your business as a very profitable rental business in Ghana here. As I keep saying, it doesn't have to be in Accra. If you can get properties in Accra, fine. But if you are starting out, the thing about Accra is that lands are more expensive. Constructing a house in Accra is more expensive. So if you start outside Accra, you work your way into Accra, that will be a better strategy. But if you have the money to start within Accra, that's fantastic. Some people also, they buy apartments, those luxury apartments that are going up in the city center. They buy those apartments and then run them. Some apartment will run them like a hotel for you. Some apartment also run them as Airbnb, things like that. There are different forms of rental properties. You have the short stay and the regular rental properties. The short stay, for those ones, you have to fully furnish the apartments and then rent them out to people who want to stay there for a shorter period of time. Those ones are a little expensive, so if you want to invest in them, that's fine. If you just want to put up the house, a person come and rent the house and bring his own furniture and things like that, that too is fine. So rental property is a fantastic business idea. A lot of people who are also outside Ghana, they have the properties in Ghana that probably family members are in it, or house boy or house girl is just in it. I think it's far better if you give it out for rent and then earn some money whilst you wait to come to Ghana. Rental property, I think, is a fantastic idea. People will have to look into it, but the main thing is about taking it as a business. That's what I'm looking at, investing in rental property as a business instead of just a part-time thing, that a hand-to-mouth thing that you do once in a while. So these are some of the 5 areas. There are a lot more areas you could look at when you are trying to invest in properties in Ghana, but these are the 5 areas I came out with. If you have other areas you think people could invest in Accra or in Ghana, please leave your comments in the comment section. Subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to, during this lockdown period, I'll be trying to bring more of these kind of videos to you, so that we could think about certain things, and if possible we could come out with better business idea, better way of doing things when the lockdown is over, so that we all become better people and Ghana become a better place for all of us. Thank you very much.